What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kyng Kevyn,
It's your boy Kyng Izzy.
and we're here with another video.
So I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell below.
Before we get into the video, we want to let you know that we're here to entertain,
Educate
and empower through excellence.
And alright, so we about to start off this video with a good topic. It's basically gonna be about relationships and what not to do in a relationship. Basically how to keep your man or your woman.
Or how to be successfully single. 'Cause everybody's not in a relationship.
Which is true.
All right, so we have to break this up into some type of segments. What to do and what not to do, how to keep your partner, and how to be successfully single. So,
Correct.
I think one of the biggest things in relationships is communication. I think communication is the foundation and could be the destruction of a relationship.
Correct.
I think with communication, we all want to talk, but we don't always want to listen. We don't hear what we're saying or what our partners are saying. So I think one of the first things that you should do in a relationship is learn how to effectively talk and listen.
Correct. But then you also gotta be able to, when you are listening, you're not listening to reply back to what they say. You're listening to understand what the whole situation is about.
So something that we were just talking about with a situation that I'm in, where I was saying I wrote down a list. It turned out being 6 pages long, and everything in this list was about me. It wasn't about the partner. It wasn't about what he or she did wrong or what he or she needs to change. It was more about what I do wrong, what I do right, what I want to change, what I can fix, what I'm okay with. So we need to approach our relationships that way when it comes down to communicating and listening. Listen to yourself first and be honest with yourself, so that way when you get to that point of talking to your partner, you can listen objectively without having to respond to everything. Just listen to understand, not listen to respond.
Exactly.
What is something else you think? What's the don't do? What's something that you don't do in the relationship?
For a fact, what you don't do in a relationship, you don't make your partner feel pressured to do anything. Like, when you pressure your partner into, let's say, going out with friends or going to meet family, and they just so happen not to want to do that, and you're still pressuring them, like, come on and do it, it turns you off.
I hear you. I also feel like I need to challenge that statement, because not pressuring them to do it, but shouldn't your partner want to be a part of your life and want to see who your family and friends are, the people that are important to you?
Correct.
Maybe not right away, but at some point.
Correct. That's why I'm not saying all the time, but I am saying, like, don't pressure them to do it. Like, when they're ready, they're gonna let you know that, okay, I'm ready to meet your family, I'm ready to meet your friends, I'm ready to see where you go and how y'all are when y'all are around each other, how y'all interact.
Okay.
But then you got sometimes where you get your partners that don't want to do nothing that you would want to do with your family and friends.
Right.
And it also pushes you away from them. Like, if I can't go out with you with my friends and my family, then you only want to be, have me for yourself, then what's the next thing?
It reminds me of something that we said earlier. Love should not be an obligation. Like, that's the summary of that statement. It's like, I want to love you because I love you and I want to love you, not because I have to love you.
Right.
You said something earlier before we were filming, that I can love you and not be in love with you, and being in love with you should not be mandatory. Like, that to me was very profound when you said that. Like, that is some deep stuff right there.
Because and the only reason why I said that is because I've been in a situation where they was forcing myself to be with them. Like, even when it was times where I know I should have got up and left, it was like they bring me back and so basically do all the things that they did to get me to bring me back, and nothing changed. And when that changes your perspective on that person, it changes your perspective on the whole relationship.
But see, that's why I go back to what I was saying about my list of things for me. Like, if you know who you are, it's harder for someone to come in and try to tell you who you should be or what you should do. Because in a previous video, we was talking about, like, you kind of conform to other people to please them, and you lose yourself. But it's going to sound kind of messed up, but you can't really lose something you never had, and it's messed up when
very true, very true.
But it's messed up when that refers to you as a person. If you never really had yourself, you never really knew yourself. Someone can easily just come in and say, "Oh, then you like the color pink," when you never even experienced what liking pink is.
Correct.
So you're easily influenced because you don't know yourself. So something that I'm learning at 36 years old. God damn, I'm old. 36 years. I'm not old. Anyway,
36 years young.
But I'm learning that. I don't like that. I thought for so long that this was something that I liked because maybe I heard my parents say that, oh, this is good for you, or I've seen somebody in school said, or maybe a partner in the past may have said, oh, this is good for us. And I've adapted to it, but it was never something that I knew for myself. So knowing who you are before you start to conform to this relationship is so vital to having a healthy relationship, and having your own self, like, peace of mind and sanity.
Correct. And to backtrack on what you were saying just a few minutes ago, to know yourself is to know your worth. So when you figure out the person that you are, then you figure out and know what you're worth and what you're going to allow in a relationship, what you're not going to allow in a relationship, or anything.
All right, I'm going to kind of like transition to the next part, which is how to keep your partner.
Correct.
So we always want to look at this like, oh, that person did this and that person did that, as if we're the good person. And I think to some extent everyone's willing to admit that they're not perfect.
Correct.
But we still put the majority of the responsibility of the success or the failure of the relationship on our partner.
Unfortunately.
Right. So, God, it just left my mind. I'm going to have to edit this part. Oh, I got it. So instead of looking at, like, what we do is we'll look at a person's behaviors and we'll say that's who they are. And it's important not to mistake behavior with character. Two totally different things. And so character is who I am. Behavior is what I do.
Correct.
So when you start to define me by what I do, so I do clinical research at work. When I clock out of work and I come home, I'm not a clinical research assistant. I'm Kevin. And I don't expect for my partner to say Mr. Minds or Mr. Researcher and treat me like I'm doing research 24/7, because that's not who I am. That's what I do. If I played basketball, that's something that I did. I may be athletic. There may be a portion of or a branch of my personality, and those behaviors definitely do influence my character, but they are not the sum of my being.
Correct.
So that's another really important thing. And I say that again with self-examination. Don't do that to yourself, but don't do that to your partner. Don't mistake your partner's behaviors with the character. Sometimes you gotta learn how to weed through what's what, because if you have an issue that you want to fix and you're sitting here trying to fix the person's character, but you keep pointing out the behavior, or vice versa, you're gonna like talk in circles, which I feel like I'm doing right now. So please take over.
So see, what he was basically talking about was the characteristics of a person and the behavior. That's not the only thing that will reflect. A lot of emotion is also involved. They feel as though if you get angry at something, how you handle that situation that's the type of person that you are. Or if you're always sad at them doing something and you're crying about it, that's the person that you are. They don't get the chance to sit down and talk and get to know you and be basically a friend, more of a friend than a partner. Everybody needs a friend before they get to that partner relationship.
Okay, but what about something that we said earlier, that there are things that you'll say to your friend and you'll let your hair down in front of your friend that you won't do with your partner. So how do you differentiate those things or break down those barriers so that way you can be completely comfortable with your partner the way you would be with your best friend? There are things that I would say to my best friend that I would never say to my partner.
Correct.
So yeah.
There's some things that I be do around my best friend that I wouldn't do around my partner because it's just a relationship.
Is that being dishonest?
I honestly don't think that that's being dishonest. That's just having basically a caring nature for their feelings. You don't want to upset them by doing what you're doing. But I'm not saying that necessarily doing anything.
What's your sign?
A Cancer.
You're a Cancer. Oh, your birthday coming up.
July 11th.
Like, your birthday's coming soon.
July 11th, that's 16 more days.
Jeez. We'll get into that later. So I'm a Gemini, and we're infamously known to be two-faced, which I say is not being two-faced, it's having multiple personalities.
Y'all so two-faced signs. I'm sorry.
You know me pretty well. When have you ever known me to be two-faced?
I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about signs in general.
I may have mood swings that display different personalities, but my face is my face. And I'm not talking even literal. I mean, like, if I'm for you, I'm for you, even if I don't agree with you.
Which is very true. Very true.
I was told that I'm being a totally different person, and I act different when I'm around my friends than when I was with my partner. As if I was changing up or being fake in either of those situations.
Which is never the case, because at the end of the day, you always have different relationships with people.
Oh my God. That's why this is my child.
When you look at it, it's like, I don't have the same relationship that I have with this person with you. Like, I can't do the same things I can do with you with that person. So if I can't do that, I'm not going to force you to be in that predicament.
Let me give you an example.
For us to do it.
Let me give you a great example. At work, my coworker, who I share an office with, she and I, we have all types of amazing conversation. We talk about things from politics, sexuality, food, and a little office chatter. I'm extremely comfortable with her. She's extremely comfortable with me. We have that type of relationship. Now, if my boss and I were in the office together, the conversation would be slightly different. Not because I'm a different person,
correct, but
the relationship it's just not appropriate in certain relationships.
Correct.
Now, I'm going to talk as if I'm me, because I am. If I'm having a conversation that happens to be a little sexual in nature, it's going to be different if I was talking to my best friend about it versus talking to my partner about it. With my best friend, it's going to be very playful. It's going to be very light in the sense that, oh, girl, stop.
Right.
When I'm talking about something sexual with my partner, it's more suggestive, it's more intimate, it's more flirtatious, because guess what? This is my partner, and maybe we want to be sexual. So, and this is probably not the best analogy, but those are just to display the differences and how each relationship would be different.
Correct.
Hell, I can have conversations about sex with my mom. It's going to be different
from
than when I'm talking to Izzy, who is my child.
Correct.
So, that's the difference. So tell me something good a person could do to keep their partner.
Something good that you can do to keep your partner is, because you're always going to learn something about your partner. You're learning something new, whether it's every day, every other week, every other month. You're going to learn something new about that person that you didn't know before. But the thing that you can do is you can always sit down, have little talks, try to be their friend, not just their partner, because not everybody want a partner opinion. They would want their friend opinion to see, I want you to be real with me. I don't want you to care about my feelings at this point. I want you to let me know what it is, what it ain't, and what it needs to be if it's something that I need to know. Now, if it's something that I'm just playful around, I just ask you a simple question like, yeah, you can throw like a sugar-coated answer at me, but there's come times where you want to talk to your friends about something that you can't talk to your partner about, because you know for a fact if you talk to your partner about it, it's going to lead to a whole different ball game, and it don't need to get to that point.
That's a good point. It kind of resonates with something that you said earlier about, like, don't make me have to be friends with your friends or go out with your family and friends. There is a level of comfortable space that is necessary in a relationship. It's okay for you to have your friends and your partner to have theirs. And they don't have to be your friend's friend. And you don't have to be their friend's friend. If y'all can get along and be cordial, that's beautiful because there's situations in where that doesn't exist.
At all.
So when you can be cool with their friends, that's one thing. You do not have to be friends with their friends. Everyone needs that escape and release. Could you imagine that there's couples that work together, they live together, and like most of everything that they do is together. It's all good that y'all love each other that much and y'all want to be around each other, but for some type of healthiness, y'all need to have a moment of separation. There is a level of separation that is important. So having a friend that you can confide in that will not be biased, that will support your relationship, and you shouldn't be telling all your business to people anyway. Right. Like there should also be a level of, look, this is my business, this is going to stay my business, I don't need to tell you. I mean, I get it, you need to vent, but you need that escape. So having a friend that you can talk to outside of your relationship, or just go out, have a girls' night or a boys' night out, where you just with the guys or with the girls, and y'all just having a good night or good time away from the basic routine with your partner.
Correct.
Last thing we're going to talk about before we end this video is how to be successfully single.
See, this
when y'all figure that out, let me know.
This is not my subject to talk about, but I do have my opinions.
That's what we want.
Because my opinion on being successfully single would be to get to know you. While you single, get to know who the person that you are. Because while you was in that relationship, you did change from the person that you was before you got into that relationship to the person you got in that relationship. Right. So get to know you all over again. Have your friends if you have to. Go out if you have to. See family. Be around for do whatever you have to. But as long as you get that self-alone time and you get getting your thoughts and get to know who am I. Like me, I sat in the house a couple of times before and I just sat and thought, Izzy, who are you? Yeah. Ask yourself that question and answer yourself. It's not called crazy. It's just called you knowing who you are and getting to know who you are.
Listen, you talk to everybody else. Why can't you talk to yourself to get to know yourself?
Correct.
And something I would say is date yourself. For a long time, there were certain things I would never do. I would never go to a dinner, to like a nice restaurant by myself. I would never go to a movie by myself. But I've learned, like, it's actually okay to go out and treat myself to a nice meal, to go do something that I enjoy by myself without having to answer to anybody, without having to wait for somebody to do something with or for you. And you get to enjoy yourself. You get to appreciate life differently without having to filter it through, will this person like it? Will this person be happy with this decision? You get to have a little level of freedom to be you and not be embarrassed or ashamed of it or not second guess yourself because of who might or might not like it.
Right.
So I think those are some of the best things that you can do to be successfully single. Now this is going to be more on the lines of like being professionally successful. One of the things that you're taught when it comes down to money, to business, to school, is to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself to learn more, educate yourself more, financially invest in yourself. I think to be successfully single, those same rules apply. Pouring into yourself, making sure that you're full. And full, whether it means like on a stomach, like your stomach is full, mentally full, spiritually full, having all of those things not lacking is what I mean.
Correct.
Not lacking, and knowing that you can provide for yourself, putting that extra effort. So basically, the effort and energy that you would have put into a relationship, put it into yourself.
Yep.
That's the point.
Yep.
All right, I did enough talking. Any more points before I close this video out?
My last point is just to be confident in who you are. Whatever you find out about yourself, be confident because that's who you are. You can't change that. That's you. So just be confident in your body, be confident in your soul, be confident in your mind. As long as you're positive will come to you. That's a fact.
So, all that being said, remember that we are trying to get, and wait, before I even get into that, Izzy has created his own YouTube channel, and he's working on his videos right now. Even though his videos aren't up, I need you guys to go to his YouTube, which the link will be in the description. Go to his YouTube and start to subscribe. I have about 4,000 some odd subscribers. My goal is to get to 5,000, but let's get Izzy to at least 100 by the end of the month, which is in about a week. But we can do that, right? So let's get him to about 100. So what I'm doing on my channel for now, and it's just for my channel, when I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a $50 gift card. I don't know if Izzy wants to do something like that, but I will say this. If you decide you want to do something like that, I will match you. So once you get to 100 subscribers, we'll find a way to give them maybe an Amazon gift card, or you might want to do something different.
Okay.
It might be a gift card to Fashion Nova.
Yeah. But secrets, you won't know until you subscribe, until you look at the videos.
Right, because all of those details are going to be in his videos. I'm not going to be in most of his videos. I might pop up here and there, but, you know, he has a platform. He has a voice of his own, even though I'm talking for him again. But, no, we support each other, and, like, we want to make sure that we give him the same accolades and props for all the hard work that he does and the energy he's putting into his videos. So go subscribe to his videos. I saw a glimpse of his first video. I love it. I'm not going to spoil it, so you guys have to go and watch his video. Hopefully he'll edit certain parts out.
It will be edited to accordance to my subscribers and to my viewers. If I do say anything that will offend you out of the whole thing, I do apologize.
He's apologizing before it's even out there.
And time
this is his PR moment now.
Right. That's just who I am, though. That's the person that I am. I'm not gonna change and sugarcoat the person that I am.
You shouldn't.
But I do apologize ahead. I am gonna try to get all the parts out that I don't think should be on there. But
sometimes you just gotta speak your mind.
Right.
And sometimes you gotta edit yourself. But I'm excited for what this young man is doing. Our Instagram and all of our social media is going to be underneath. Also, go to my website, kevynm.com, and subscribe to the site. We're going to create a Patreon so you guys can support us on that as well. Until then, stay positive, dream big, and manifest bigger. We out.